Hello, my name is Paul Swift, and I'm with BikeFit. You can find us at bikefit.com. I'm hanging out at the ICS 2013, and we were very happy and honored to be invited here this year. It was a good opportunity for us to cross the pond and come over from the United States and talk a little bit about, in our case, some of the history. We have been around actually a long time in the short world of bike fitting, which is not very old, and to share and show some of the early sort of hard work, sort of the hard knocks, working on things that, when things didn't exist, but we were trying to find answers. And so I had a good time showing our pedals that we developed a long time ago that did things like they moved in and out, they went up and down, they tilted, they rotated, and to show where that came from. Some of those are standards in the industry today, and we're pretty proud to be associated with that fact. Somebody called us one of the early ones, our grandfathers. I don't feel that old, but I've been around a long time. So that was pretty cool. We had a great time here. And it's just neat to see. I don't get to see people too often from this part of the world. We communicate a lot with them. We have now online education on our website at bikefit.com. And then the other part of it is bike fitting. You know, it started out as bike shops, and the bike shop world kind of actually leads in bike fitting. And then all of a sudden now there's this clinical world. I never really envisioned that. So one of the recent things our company has done is we do education for the physical therapist, chiropractor. We have continuing education for that. And I think maybe one of the next frontiers is trying to work on blending the clinical and bike shop world together, and everyone in between will have something to contribute. And so I look forward to the next part of what's coming up with bike fitting. And, you know, ICS, Phil, Julian, Cyclefit, they do a great job of, I think we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what's to come.
That's great. Do you think the ICS is a unique event because it brings together the disparate branches of cycling science? Do you feel that this sort of multidisciplinary approach has been beneficial to you personally, but also all the attendees who are obviously by nature learning about bike fitting?
I think that is perhaps the best way, because one thing I've learned, particularly in teaching, even if it's just teaching what BikeFit does, is you have to present it in many different ways, and particularly when we're looking at like pedal cleats on a person's bike, then you take that shoe off, turn it around, you lose all perspective of everything around it. There's no more reference points, and so people think in different ways. I think by having someone come from, you know, the scientific clinical world, you grab a nugget from there and you incorporate that in your story, and then you take something from the soft sailing touch and just the relationship with people, and you put that nugget in there and you use it whenever you feel it's necessary, when you think you need to drop something a little bit more clinical, like show that you really know what you're talking about. But then when you need to bring the human aspect in it, yeah, Cyclefit does a good job of bringing it all together. What I think is really good for the attendees is that it throws some things that you don't expect, and I think that's really what the bike fitting is about. You often don't know what's coming in the door and what you're going to see and the challenges you may see, and so I think that's a great thing to do. But what I would like to also see, and I see happening here, is that we also then have multiple resources. Bikefit.com, we're here and available to answer questions, and a lot of these people are available, and so when we run into these different things, we can reach out, and that I think is the beauty of that. I think that's really cool.
Great, thank you very much.